I'm going to walk you through the historic waterfrontestate.com. It's the Riverstone Estate in Foxburg, Pennsylvania, about an hour and 15 minutes northeast of Pittsburgh. And I'm going to review this website with you and demonstrate all the amenities associated with the property. First of all, I'm going to give you an aerial view so you can see the property. It is all the land within the parameters of this, all the waterfront, 1,200 acres, 6.5 miles of waterfront at the confluence of the Allegheny and Clarion rivers. So it goes approximately from here down to here and follow the waterfront all the way around. And what it is it's a complex of buildings. The main mansion is right here, and then this is the Frank Furness historic. Frank Furness is a well-known Philadelphia architect. This is a carriage house designed by him in the 1880s. All the various barns, guest houses, and there's three-phase electric run throughout the complex, still maintained and operational. This is the Equestrian Center. But a 40,000 square foot building. These are the original historic buildings from 1910, and this is the gatehouse, which is a guest house, and there's some additional barns here, which is the maintenance building, sheep barn, and a couple staff residences. And at one point in time, the Fox family owned this from, we have deeds from 1796. And it was sold by the family in the 1960s. It was developed as a golf course. Originally 18 holes were operational and 36 were designed in. And it was subsequently sold to a lumber company, which logged the property many years ago. And then the current owner acquired it in the mid-90s and has restored all these buildings. And I'll review all the various buildings. There is under the data tab, this gives you a description of each one of the buildings, and it shows you where they are. So the main mansion is here, the carriage house is here, greenhouse, alpaca barn, and there's just barns all over the complex. The equestrian facilities down at the other end of the property, and you can read all about that there. But we'll start at the mansion. And initially built in 1828, the current owner completely restored the building. There are 17 fireplaces. There's an elevator to get you up the various levels. Dining room, music room, the kitchen, fireplace on the left, dining room. There's a dining room, formal dining room on the left, less formal on the right. A little dinette in the back area here. And we can get to more kitchen photos to show you the remainder of the kitchen. There's the dinette area. And on the other side of this photo, in the dinette area, is this cooking area. And there's the formal dining room. And more kitchen photos. And this is a look down from above to the kitchen area. And this is a fireplace off the kitchen. And below the kitchen is a wine cellar with a dumb waiter that will bring the wine back up. This is on the back of the house. Looks over out at the pond. Pond is actually currently undergoing some restoration, and the water level is low while they're doing work on it. It's looking back at the mansion, and there's an open air area in addition to this sunroom. This is the basement, and where the wine cellar and a bar and pool room are, and some utility rooms. On the first level, this is the library. This also is the library. Okay, and also if you click here, you can see more bedroom photos. Here's the elevator. It's Tiffany glass. Servant's wing. And that covers a good portion of the house. So we'll move on to the carriage house. Again, that's designed by Frank Furness, and you can read about Frank Furness here. The University of Pennsylvania library and the Fisher Fine Arts Library. It's been renovated into a living space, so there is living space and barn space. And connected to it is a greenhouse. Built by Lord and Barnum, which was a well-known greenhouse builder back in the when greenhouses were becoming popular. And we'll take a look at the guest houses. This guest house is actually located in the near kind of halfway between the equestrian facilities and the in the barn section. This one is down at the end of the point on the overlooking the Clarion River. This is the Equestrian Center, and this is a guest house connected to the main equestrian barn. And so this is the guest house connected to the main equestrian barn from 1910, and then the gatehouse is behind these trees. And this is the Clarion River here, and so there's three structures here. And of course we have 5-star bird accommodations. And here's a ground level shot of the gatehouse built in 1910. This home is by the it's harder to see through the trees, but this is by the Clarion River, which is this one right here. And then this home is, farther up the peninsula. Take a look at the land. extensive road infrastructure and fencing. Plenty of pasture. This is down at the point of the island, or the peninsula, looking down at the railroad bridge that crosses the Clarion as it meets the Allegheny. Some of our local inhabitants. And extensive stonework throughout the complex. Extensive maintained ponds, manicured. Okay, and we'll take a look at the barns. There's 12 barns on the facility, and you can read about each one of them. This particular barn is this is the east barn. This is the west barn. This is the equestrian facilities, which is at the other end of the complex. We're right at the entrance. Cordwood barn. Take a look inside the barn. So. And they keep peacocks and the like. Wood barn. Or of the local inhabitants. So this is the alpaca barn right here. Allegheny River, the village is over here. Clarion River over here. Again, this is the alpaca barn. And we have a history tab. This is shows the main complex of barns in the mansion. The original Frank Furness barn, or carriage house rather. And you can read all about the history in this section. And these are the original deeds from 1796. And here we have a flyover to demonstrate the proximity of the property to Pittsburgh and Cleveland and Akron and Erie, Pennsylvania, and the county airport and the various amenities in the town. So you can play that, and it'll walk you through a Google flyover for that. And this is just a Google map, so you can zoom in and zoom out. There are various aerial photos of some drone flyovers of the property. This is the mansion. This is the carriage house, greenhouse, and the west barn. Yep, this is the east barn. This is the Allegheny, and that's the Clarion. Equestrian facilities, gatehouse, Equestrian facilities. All this property will stays with is part of the property. These are old fairways for when it was a golf course back in the late 60s, early 70s. And again, here's the diagram to explain what all the structures are and descriptions to each structure. And a video specifically for the equestrian facilities. And here's a diagram of a layout that was done in 2004 as the potential for as a golf resort. Never implemented, but it would be a good application for it, certainly. And you can actually zoom into this diagram by clicking here. It's a zoomable PDF. And you can read about the efforts that were done there on this tab. So that is the historicwaterfrontestate.com. And if you have any questions, you can contact Randy Jelliff. And here's the cell phone number here, or you can email. This website should answer just about every question that you have, but if not, give Randy a call. Thank you very much.